Hey guys, just a quick video to say thanks for the book orders. I put a link up or a video up the other day just saying I got copies of my 3 books reprinted. So I had some orders come through. Some went out last week. I've got a few more bags to post this week. So if anybody's sat waiting for them, they should be there sort of like end of this week. Unfortunately, those overseas, America, Australia, they might not arrive before Christmas just because of the postal system. So sorry about that. You can still get orders in. I'll put a link in the description. Just go to the website and you can still order books. They all come signed. That's why it's taking me a little bit longer. I'm not as quick as Amazon because I'm signing and doing an illustration in them all. So I do apologise for that. And obviously, having to process and pack and everything, so many books takes a bit of time when you're on your own and you don't have a system in place. So I just thought it'd be a good excuse actually just to talk about what is a postie bike, because people think I am a postman, but no, I'm not actually a postman. I just happened to buy one of these CT110s when I was in Australia on a working holiday visa. I mean, they are used by the postal service to deliver mail and then retired off. So I bought a second-hand one or a third-hand or maybe a fourth or fifth-hand one. It was a cheap one on eBay and rode it around Sydney and then ultimately set off to ride back to England on it. This is Lucy. This is one of the bikes that I took a group across Australia from Brisbane to Perth back in 2019 and then shipped to all the bikes home. So equally, this was an ex-postal service from the Queensland region of, Queensland state of Australia. But they're just really strong, dependable bikes. They weren't built purposefully for the Australian Postal Service. The CT90 and the 110s were bikes built in America or built for the American market initially, and then I think sold in Japan and things. And I'm not exactly what year it was when the Australian Postal Service said, let's use these for postal delivery in Australia. And then they used this model through to about 2011, 2012, when they replaced it with the MBC 110, which is a Chinese-built Honda, which aren't, I don't think, as good as these. They are fuel injection, electric start, but I mean, these original CTs are just, well, as these bikes have proven, pretty indestructible. This one's got 48,000 kilometres on, but I've got one over there with 80,000 kilometres on, and then the one I rode back from Australia on and up to Alaska has got 101,000 kilometres on. The beauty of them is just how well they managed to build a racking system. You know, we all get carried away buying expensive aluminium bags, but I don't think there's ever been a system as easy to use as this. It's just got a rack over the back with 2 slots there, and then on the back of the pannier you've just got these 2 pins that just drop straight down onto there. And then you've got, I don't know, there's got to be a good 40 litres in there, easy, if not more. So loads of luggage space in there. That's where all the mail went. And then the postal guy, he would have a he's got, there was some, I've got some here somewhere, sort of a basket that sat on the front. That's where the letters would go as well. So they were used for about 3 years and then retired off at about 20,000 kilometres or so. You could buy the agricultural version, brand new as a private individual, but you couldn't get this, I guess, this postal service one. You couldn't get it brand new as a customer. You had to wait till it was second hand. These don't have the high-low gearbox on them. They sort of must have stripped that off for the postal service, but they did put heavier duty springs and hubs in. They did square off the forks at the bottom to make them, I think, stronger, to stop the spindles breaking out and things like that for the impacts they were taking, because they were carrying a lot of load. It's a shame in recent years they've actually been replaced. The entire motorcycle delivery fleet has been replaced by electric buggies, like a 3 or 4 wheeler electric buggy. So I think there was a glory day of being a postie bike rider, postie bike delivery guy in Australia, when you used to just pick up one of these in the morning and hammer around the neighbourhood. Side stand on both sides, obviously depending on which camber of the road you were delivering on. You know, when it would have in a way been quite an exciting job, just cruising around the suburbs, dropping off letters and things like that on your 110 bike. But yeah, that's all sadly gone. I guess health and safety's killed it off, but also maybe the transition to parcels and things like that, where you need more carrying capacity. But yeah, these are such an iconic bike, and to think like this one, it's been used as a postal delivery service bike, and then it would have been sold to somebody else, and then Obviously, I bought it from Joe at 110 Motorcycles in Brisbane, who did, set it up for me to take the group across. One of the 9 bikes to take across the outback, so that was 5,000 kilometres. 3,000 kilometres of that were like dirt road corrugations and stuff. So the bikes took a real beating, and then at the end of that, they got shipped back to England, and they've had 3 years of being abused by people who've come down and ride, the trails on them. So absolutely incredibly durable bikes, which I guess which is where my fondness for them comes from, just the fact that they do so much for so little. Prices in Australia, I guess like the C90s over here, but as the stock of them is diminishing and the good ones are starting to get less and less, the prices are starting to creep up, so we're getting, I guess, a C90 syndrome going on with them over in Australia. As for the new CT125s, they've just been discontinued in Australia because they don't meet the regulation on rear ABS, and obviously in Europe and Europe especially, we've never had them. So yeah, it's a shame, but yeah, the iconic CT Cub Trail, that's what it stands for. So a trail version of a Cub. But a great bike. So yeah, the books are in the post. They'll be with you hopefully this week or so. Hope you enjoy reading them. Yeah. It's if anybody's going to write a book, be prepared. There's a lot more graft comes in the completion of the book or after completion of the book than it does in the build up to completion. Yeah, there's a lot of, certainly if you're self-published, you've got to do a lot of legwork to actually build momentum, get them sold, whether it's market stalls, bike shows or things like that. You've really got to get out and work the book, because otherwise there's that many thousands, millions of books written every year. It's easy for them to get lost. So yeah, that's it. All right, cheers, have a good one. Catch you soon.